This is a production done during a UNESCO ICT training workshop from 8 until 12 July 2013 on domestic violence in Rehoboth. Domestic violence is one of the social problems facing Namibian communities. A study by Urban Trust Namibia and partners that was done across 8 countries in the SADC region found that more than 44% of men felt that women deserve to be physically hit at times. Worryingly, 29% of females in the study claimed that violence perpetrated against them is deserved. Thus, a significant proportion of Namibians seem to view violence as an acceptable means of resolving conflict in the domestic sphere. This notion may contribute to perpetuation of violence within communities and families. Rehoboth is regarded as one of the most problematic communities in Namibia as a result of high levels of crime and violence.
While too many people got nothing. Remake the world with love and happiness. Remake the world. Put your conscience to the test. Remake the world. North, south, east and west. Remake the world. Got us prove that you're the best. Yeah.
Live FM took to the streets and talked to community members at the heart of Rehoboth concerning domestic violence. And most of the community members are of the opinion that alcohol and drug abuse, as well as spouses' infidelity, contribute to the occurrence of domestic violence in the community. Another community member also strongly felt that people in general disregarded the principles of the Holy Bible, and this is also a contributing factor to domestic violence, and this is what they had to say.
Ja, die mensen pakken dat is moest die drank en de oorzaak drank en die vrouw en die man drank samen en hulle is mos nou, hoe moet ik nou zeggen? Het is eindelijk net die van drank wat dus geslaan wordt. Onder die onvloed is daar wat hulle nou onder elkaar pakken. En als die vrouw ander man ook wat achter die man en als die man nou dat dan uitvindt, dat is die feit wat daar is wat hulle ook dood maakt elkaar. En zo is de story. En ja, altijd. Daar is klomp goed wat ons kan noemen, maar eindelijk wil ik zeggen, als een man dronk inkomt, dan wordt ons zo baie gauw kwaad. En het is zo klomp goed wat hij goed is veroorzaakt. Dus ook die beidens, dus die ook die beid wat dit ook veroorzaakt, wat dus baklei en slaan elkaar. Verstaan u? So.
Ek wil net sê, ons moet net onthou dat ons is almal gelyke wesens geskape uit God se hand uit en God het ons almal lief en daarom dink ek dat domestic violence is absoluut verkeerd, dat hoe mense teenoor mekaar moet optree. Ons hoor ook dat ons moet mekaar lief hê, ons moet vir mekaar daar wees en omgee en so ek sien absoluut dat domestic violence absoluut teen dit die God se beginsels is.
Live FM visited the Women and Child Protection Unit, the police station, the social workers of Ministry of Health and Social Services, and a community member to hear their views on domestic violence. In an interview with Warrant Officer Amorogtred of WAPU, the officer elaborated the roles and responsibilities of the unit in combating domestic violence in the community. She started by giving a background on the occurrences of domestic violence in the community.
We currently really experience a lot of domestic violence cases in Rehoboth. The main problem in Rehoboth is the man is the breadwinner in the house. I did not say that it's only men who commit domestic violence. It's also the women. They are also guilty of this one. But in most cases, it is the man, because the man is a stronger one. The man is the breadwinner. The man is the one who brings in the money. So some men feel that I'm the one taking care of this house, so I can do whatever I want to do in this house. No one can tell me. Domestic violence, there's no difference. They didn't see any color. It is from block A up to block G. In all blocks, there is the one other kind of domestic violence, no matter what it is.
Domestic violence is expressed in a number of types. Live FM asked Warrant Officer Hochtred and Martha Marau about the types of domestic violence cases that are reported and also what causes this behavior. This is what they mentioned.
The main domestic violence cases that we have is assault GPH, is where the husband and wife beat each other. Criminal injuria is usual in Riebeeck. We know that people like to swear. And then the other problem, they took the household things like televisions, the fridge and everything, and they go and sold it mainly for drugs. And the drug dealers take these things of the people in exchange for money.
I would say most cases have something to do with alcohol, drugs, and that kind of thing. You know, that the person is actually not acting in their normal self. They are under the influence of maybe alcohol or drugs. So that is actually a major cause in most of the cases that I've handled. Other causes would be lack of enough resources, financial strain, interference of family sometimes, and sometimes also just being unfaithful.
Live FM also wanted to know what systems are in place for people who are affected by domestic violence.
In the past, we had these outreach programs where we talk with the community. Nowadays, we failed because it is only the people who don't need this information who turn up to these kind of workshops. The protection order, you first have to go to the clerk of the court and you talk with the clerk of the court, explain what the issue is about your violence in the house. Then she will tell you that you can either apply for a protection order, for formal warning, or you can make a case. You can even do all three at the same time. After you discuss the issue with the clerk of the court, then you come back to our office, then we obtain a statement from you and you go back to the clerk of the court. Unfortunately, it is a long procedure, but we have to go through all these things because some of our ladies, they misuse this protection order to get things for themselves right. We already experienced such problems like that with the protection order. So then you get the statement, you go to the clerk of the court will fill in the form, and then the form will go to the magistrate. The magistrate is the one who decided that this case really need the protection order, and then they will issue the protection order. The protection order will come to our office, and then we will serve the protection order on the accused person.
Problems that the unit experience with protection orders.
The mistake that we as a complainant also did is, you get the protection order, the person signed the protection order, then you go back to the accused person, the two of you talk out the problem, then the person came back into the house or you have contact with each other again. Then you did not come back to the police. As soon as there's a problem, then it's a time that you come back to the police and say, but the accused person violated the protection order. But you did not inform the police that it is you who violate the protection order. And according to the Act, we can't arrest you as the complainant for violating the protection order. It is the accused person who will be arrested for violating the protection order. And we feel that it's not fair towards the accused person, but it is the law. We can't do anything about that. And that is why I say some of the ladies, they misuse the protection order. So that is the problem that we experience here, and we can't force someone to go on with the case if you want to feel to withdraw the case. And the other problem is that when domestic violence happen, it is most of the time it is in the house. Then it is this poor kids who have to come and give statements to say that this is really what happened, and that is very difficult for them to give statements against their father or against their mother. So we really experience that kind of problem. Last year, the court decided that no domestic violence cases will be withdrawn, no matter what. And they found the persons guilty, and they was sentenced. So the ladies heard about this thing, and now this year they did not come and make really that serious domestic violence cases. They will come for criminal injuria, assault by threatening, but not anymore for assault GPH, because they know that the husband, the boyfriend, or whatsoever will not get bail, and he will just be sentenced. no matter what.
The Women and Child Protection Unit could not provide Live FM with recent statistics at the time of the interview, but referred the correspondent of Live FM to Sergeant Dozap, who is responsible for crime statistics at the Rehoboth Police Station.
Domestic violence cases reported for May, it was total of 24 was reported, 17 was solved, and for June, a total of 37 was reported and 18 was solved.
The Live FM correspondent also spoke to Ms. Martha Marau, a social worker of the Ministry of Health and Social Services, and asked her about the psychological and other effects of domestic violence in the victim, family, and communities.
According to my experience here, I have learned that psychologically people are really seriously affected by effects of domestic violence. Tears down, it has a great effect, great impact on the children especially. You find that the kids will struggle in school, lack of concentration in school. The kids emotionally are toned. So even the way they grow, the way they understand things, they lack confidence. They can't sometimes even speak for themselves. They are sometimes they close because of what is happening at home. And as a marriage or as a relationship between a partner, a husband and a wife, domestic violence is just one big evil, because obviously it will touch on things like communication, trust, and that kind of things. And I believe marriages are not for endurance, because nobody would want a partner who's abusive. Once your husband is beating you, how then do you stay together? You understand? Because he's supposed to love you. Even the Bible says you must love your wife as you love your child.
Many members in the community have experienced domestic violence in their homes, and one of them is Mr. Jan Beekes, a community member who shared his personal experience.
Domestic violence actually means that it's violence that takes place in a domestic environment, like at homes. In fact, it's a man beating up his wife and kids, kind of my relatives, so I can relate to the topic.
And also expressed his feelings about the incident.
I felt very bad. My ground actually is shaken by the act, and of course it's something that's wrong. It's something that we can't, the society can't permit in our town itself or in Namibia itself or anywhere in the world.
All the stakeholders that were interviewed are of the opinion that it is the responsibility of both the police and the community to find solutions, meet each other halfway, and together fight the evil of domestic violence in the community.
If you don't want to come to make a case, you can go for counseling. And counseling at the social services and at Lifeline is for free. You don't have to pay money to go for this counseling. And it helps a lot. Sometimes when people come to our office and we see that this problem can be solved, it's not that big problem, then we advise them for counseling before they make a case.
The community must engage themselves, commit themselves to the fight of this issue. Education is the key factor, I think. Our community are not educated related to these crime issues, and in the past you don't see it as a crime. If I give an example for just say insulting someone, you don't realize it's a crime, but although if you are educated, you'll see, and from there you can abstain from those things.
First of all, I will tell the person to report the case to the police and then to seek medical treatment. I will tell them that it's wrong. First of all, it's wrong to victimize a person that's more vulnerable than you are. And also to get help, to get assistance, to go to healthcare centers and try to speak to someone and get anger management solutions at the end of the day, just to minimize your anger, your frustration, and also to get help if you have an alcohol problem, alcoholic problem, or drug problem, just to get help and someone to really to talk to and whom can also give you professional advice.
The community members also have their own views on what can be done about domestic violence, and this is what they had to say.
Ik zal me voor die vrouw, eindelijk voor die vrouw, ze moet minder drinken en nazien naar zijn huis en zijn kinderen. Daar zal moest die strijden niet daarbij zijn.
Ja, ik zal voor haar helpen tot bij de politie, maar hulle moet eerst die zak sorteren en dan moet ze eerst gaan. Want anders komen ons bij de politie en als ons bij de huis komen, dan is de story nou recht. Ons kan hem klaar uitgehelpen, mekaar. Zo, ik zal hem eerst met hulle al twee praten en dan kan ons maar verder politie toe gaan. Ja.
Kijk, volgens mijn inziening moet daar meer politie gedeployed worden. Politiestaties moeten in die locatie ook komen, zowel als dorp en blokken. En drang is de main aspect van die violence. Zo drangen moet verboden worden. Uit local plekken. En vooral dit moet zeker in protestors verboden worden.
Het kan basies begin by jou oorhuis. Hoe ons vaders teenoor ons vroue optree. Want kyk, ons kinders word mos groot in ons huise en so sien hulle die voorbeeld. Hoe moet pa teenoor ma optree? Ek bedoel, as ek nou my vrou sê basies op die hande dra of haar waardeer en die man wees in my huis, dan sal my kinders ook sien en want ons hoor baie keer dat kinders hulle ouers naap en namaak en so. So as ek nou nie reg teenoor my vrou optree nie, dan dink my kind later dis die regte beginsel, dit moet so wees. So ek dink basies begin dit in die huis en daar kan ons die fondasie reg kry. En wat ek ook net wil noem, miskien as 'n mens sê praat met die kerkleiers ook, dat hulle elke maand of sê miskien die maand van Augustus sit hulle weg dat hulle preek, hierdie maand preek hulle net in hulle se dienste rondom dit. Dat die mense ook weer die boodskap sal kry. Ek dink dan kan die ding ook en as ons nou baie bid ook rondom dit, dan kan dit ook 'n beginpunt wees. Maar ek dink absoluut dit begin by die huis.
The war against crime is the responsibility of everyone in the community. It cannot be solved by individuals or stakeholders alone. We need to take hands, work together, and find ways to curb crime in our community and make Rehoboth a safer place to live in. If you want to listen to this program again, please feel free to follow us on Twitter at Live FM Curb Rehoboth or on Facebook on Live FM 90.3 Rehoboth and YouTube uploads at Live FM 1 in capital letters.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place is much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, make a better place, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. There's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares for joyful giving. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel. There are dreams, stop existing and start living. Then it feels that always love's enough for us growing. Make a better world. Make a better world, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough world with no fear